Hi everybody, this is Harry Jacobs and I am the North of 60 Gamer, and welcome to today's fun game that I am looking to show you, and that is the Phantom, the card game. But first, a little bit about the Phantom. The Phantom is a fictional costume crime fighter who operated out of the fictional country Bengia. The character was created by Lee Falk for the adventure comic strip The Phantom, which debuted in a newspaper on February 17th, 1936. Over the years, the Phantom has not only been depicted in the Pulp Fiction and comics, but he's been in television shows, movies, and in video games. Now, it is going to be a board game. So let's get down to the table, take a look at the Phantom. This was one of my favorite superheroes. Billy Kane played him in the movie back in the 90s. So let's get started.
The Phantom's origin story began in the 1500s with Christopher Standish, the former protege of Christopher Columbus and later a captain in his own right. His commerce vessel was attacked by pirates of the Sang Brotherhood, killing Standish and his entire crew, with only his son Kit surviving. Kit was washed ashore on the coast of Bengala, where he was helped by the Bandar tribe. The Bandar themselves were subjugated by the rival Wasaka tribe. Seeing a resemblance between himself and an idol of the feared Wasaka deity, Kit made and donned a costume that made him look like the idol had come to life, and preyed on the Wasaka superstitions in order to free the Bandar from the Wasaka rule. Kit stayed with the Bandar, and on the skull of his father's murderer, he swore the oath that he would devote his life to fight piracy in all its forms, and that his sons would follow him. The tradition would go on from father to son in an unbroken link. Yet only the Bandar and a select few would know this secret. Outwardly, it would look like the same man, a man who could not die.
So before we start digging into the game itself, you can see it here, the Phantom, the card game. I want to first thank Mikkel Lick for trusting me with this game, and hopefully I will do this justice for him. We are going to unbox it. We are going to look at the components. We're going to store it, set it up, play it, and all the usual things that I like to do. I am so excited because I loved the Phantom, mainly because I'm old and maybe remember some of the Pulp Fiction around the Phantom. So let's get this unboxed. It is a 1 to 2 player game. So let's just turn it around so you can see the back. And sorry for the shininess. As you know, my lights bounce off the ceiling, so we get a little shininess. This is a 1 to 2 player game, 30 to 60 minutes, and ages 14 and up. So let's take a look at what's in the box. So let's get it open, eh? I hope you're as excited as I am to open this box. I don't really get a lot of publishers sending me games, and I feel like I won the lottery here. So thanks, Mikkel. I really appreciate this, and Jazz over at Everything Board Games who made this possible. So thank you, both of you, for just making me happy. Oh gosh, I'm like a kid in a candy store. So we're going to open the box. There are the rules. Over the top, typical rules. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, we're right into it. Okay. So we're going to have to read the rules, of course. Looks like a small setup, small footprint games. I always love small footprint games because I am looking for games that I can take with me when I travel. And this box isn't very big. It's a standard 12 by 12 box. We have, looks like we have a board. Oh, it must be a deck holder of some sort. You can see this, just make out the different bits and pieces of it. I am not going to put that together here, but I certainly will show it to you once we get this down on the board and set up. We look like we have 2 player mats. You can play, obviously you can play Diana or the 21st Phantom. Wow, that seems to think that there were 20 before that. And I can see that the player boards just fell out, and then you can see tokens. Look, I have no idea what some of these tokens do. I did watch a video, so they are resources that you will use. The game mechanic is interesting because you will discard cards for these resources. You can save up to 6 of these resources on your board, and then use them later to play cards in your hand. Oh, it looks like we have some sort of, perhaps some promo cards. Well, that's exciting. We have a little bag. Don't know what that's used for yet. Sometimes you just get bags. And of course we have a bunch of decks. Now I'm not going to open these decks right at the moment because, as you know, I will sleeve them and play them. So we're going to be sleeving these up right away, and then I will show you the components and the sleeving and the setup. But that is the unboxing as it stands right at the moment. And we're going to get down and we're going to set this up, get it sleeved. Actually, we're going to do it in the opposite order. We're going to get it sleeved, then set it up, and then we're going to play it for you as a solo endeavor. I am super stoked. So I have the Phantom, the card game, all organized. So as I like to show you is how I've stored it, just to give you an idea of how it fits in the box and how I organized it. So it was pretty easy. Anyway, the first thing I want to do show you is this nifty, neat little deck holder, which is falling apart in my hands. I'm going to have to put a little glue on there. But when you're playing, you can certainly use that as a deck holder. Just a little glue on this will just make it a little more sturdier. But that's pretty neat. That's kind of a bonus. There's no room in the box for it unless I put it together and pull it apart every time I play. I think I'm just going to use it with other games as well. It's pretty neat. I really do appreciate the little extra effort for a little bit of a novelty item in the box. Now we're going to pop the lid open. This isn't going to take long. It might take long if I can't pop the lid open. There we go. Again, the rules on top. Perfect. I like the rules. Just to point out on the back, you can see the player icon guide right on the back, which is always appreciated. Because sometimes it's wasted space if they just leave it blank. Great job. The Phantom bag, I have yet to see what the randomness of this is at this point. Nothing in the rules or any of the videos I looked at, but it's a cute bag. I like it. Can always be repurposed. We have our 2 player boards, of course. We have the Phantom himself, the 21st Phantom, and we have Diana. And you can play this either solo with one of the 2 characters or both characters. Easy to do in a solo game. All you do is just play with one and just take your turn. In a cooperative game, you just alternate turns. So it would be the Phantom, then Diana, and then Phantom, then Diana. And you would take a normal turn. You can see now I have, at this point, I haven't taken out the divider. But you can see each of the stories are individually bagged and in order. I will say there's some weirdness in the order of the stories. Some of the cards they're not totally out of order. What I would say is it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 8, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 13, 16, 15, that kind of numbering. So I had to go through and actually put all the cards back in order. Not a big deal. All the cards are numbered. So once you play through this, you can put it back together and play on a harder mode. Each deck offers a sort of easy, normal, hero, and mythic level. So you can play through a couple of times. Here are the 2 player decks. We have Diana and the Phantom. We have, I believe, some promo decks and some decks that say K on it. And I'm not quite sure what the K means. I haven't sort of figured that one out. We'll get around to that. And then, of course, we have our wound tokens, or the bigger wound tokens, which are 3. And on the other side is, if you see the white side, that's clues. mechanics in this game. Certainly, you play cards for the resources, and then you play the resources to play your cards. So you've got a turn or two where you have to start to build up. Meanwhile, you're fending off the bad guys, trying to get the clues you need to resolve the play. And we'll show you that when we play the game. But that is it. That was how I organized it. These are geek boxes. They're available at stores, and I do like them. I used to print storage solutions, but to tell you the truth, the 12-hour print for one single box, I could go out and buy a geek box for $1. And that is all that's in the box that's stored for now. And I will put it all back together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up on my table, and then we're going to have a playthrough. So we'll see you at the table in a moment. Now, this game set up in about 2 minutes. Here we have the year 1 cards. So this is going to be the quest or adventure that the Phantom is going on. I have set up my Phantom board. These are the wound cards. These are his deck. And this is a deck builder of sorts. The cards will be narrative throughout there. We will be playing various cards. We'll be trying to defeat enemies and fulfilling the quests throughout, trying to get to the end without being killed. And there's a number of ways of being killed, and certainly we're going to discuss that as we go through, because we're going to be seeing wounds coming out. And these are our tokens and our various resource tokens. These are our wound tokens and clue tokens if we need more. No, I don't think we need much more than that. But that is the entire setup of this game. I really appreciate that as a solo player, that I can set up a game really, really quickly and get into it super quick. You can see that these cards are sleeved, or if you can't, they do fit in this barely. I tried to use this yesterday for Terraforming Mars, but it just couldn't hold the amount. Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition couldn't hold that amount of cards. But this works very nicely. And it's kind of neat looking. Looks like a skull or a throne. Actually, I think it's a throne. I'm not too sure. So let's get started. Stop the presses. For those who came late, Shatu, born a prince of Wambisi tribe, ambitious and ruthless, is now a terrorist. After the news that the court judged Shatu in the absence to death for his crimes, he made his appearance with his loyal followers in Bengali. That's right, you're hearing this early. Coming in October or fairly soon, Mikhail Lik is going back out for another adventure with the Phantom, and I am so excited. I was able to get print and play files. Don't tell anybody else, because they may be jealous, because I'm certainly looking forward to playing it. I actually went through year 1 today, and I was actually going to do that story for you, but we are not. We are got new presses. We've got the new cards right in my hand. We got them from Copycat here in Yellowknife, thanks to my friend Elena, who took the time quickly this afternoon and run that off. But this is an interesting story of... So what is the story behind this adventure? Tur in Mawitaan is Tony DePaul's first Sunday story, and was published between April 6th and September 28th, 2003, and was drawn by Graham Nolan. It introduces Shatu, one of the bad guys capable of really hurting the Phantom. So we're going to get this set up very, very quickly. The beginning of this video, of course, has all the setup instructions that you need to play this game. And it also introduces a new keyword called tough, which means you can only do so much damage to a bad guy in one turn. So let's do it. This is a preview of an upcoming Kickstarter. I can hardly contain myself. We're ready to go. We are playing the new expansion. I have taken the loot card and the achievement cards out, as well as the side mission, because I'm not 100% familiar with this game and how it plays, and I don't want to make it any harder than it is, and we will be playing on the easy, just to show you the new things that are coming up on this particular expansion. So let us start. And we're going to read The Terrorist Prince. So, Shatu, born as a prince of the Wambasi tribe, recently returned to Bangala after becoming a notorious terrorist and rodia. His appearance in Mawitaan, capital of Bangala, can only spell trouble ahead, so you decide to learn more of his intentions as you carefully investigate. So what we're going to do is take cards 2 and 3 and put them in our deck. Sort all the tourist cards. Set aside the tourist cards 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to just set them aside up here where you can see them. Just a little bit out of the way. Shuffle 7 and 9 to create the destiny. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to take our 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And then it says to take 10 to 15. And we'll shuffle them. And we will put them in our destiny row face down. Then we will take our cards. And we're going to play that on the easy level. So what does it say to do? It says each destiny phase, instead of revealing a destiny card, place 1 time token on this card and flip a face-down lead card of your choice. When a 5th time token is placed on this card, you immediately lose the game. You can spend a resource to get a fate card, destiny card, and if 3 or more lead cards are returned to the box during the fate phase, return immediate read 2. And we'll just put that there. Each legend has good mark resource tokens up to the resource limit. So we are going to go 1, 2. We are ready to start. We are going to do the recovery phase. There is nothing to recover from at this point. We are now going to go into the destiny phase. At this point, we are going to put a marker on the deck. We are now going to choose a card. This one. Oh, it's a suspicious van. If we tap an item, okay. Then we are going to start. We could spend the resorts to get another destiny card, so it might be worth it. Let's pull that out. It's a false lead. So that goes nowhere. It does free up some spots, though. Then we're going to get our destiny card. We have an item, but getting that item out is going to be impossible. So let's go. We have an Ubuntu warrior. We can't really put him down, so we're going to really have to take the resource. Choose an ongoing event. We need a skull. So I think we're going to spend a resource. Oh, we already did. We spent a resource to bring that up. So let's... I'm going to take 3. 1, 2... I got to clear space here, so I'm going to make this into a skull. That's a problem when you can only store 6 resources. Hey, fill that up! Okay. But we're going to have lots of resources in a minute. We can't play the Ubuntu warrior. Well, we could if we had a mask. So there's our mask. So we're going to pay our skull and our good token to put an ally down anyway. And then we have our gun, so we're going to take another skull. And that is the end of the phase. Whew, we've come down to the cleanup phase. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to recover. We're going to put another timer down. We're going to choose another card. And it is, that's a good one. Tap an ally, return suspicious person to the game box. Okay, so let's go. That was our destiny phase. I could spend the resource to bring up another destiny, but I'm a little bit leery about doing that at the moment. So let's go 1, 2, and 3. There's our other Colt. First thing I'm going to do, we're going to get rid of this card. Well, that's a couple out of there anyway. Love to get an item down. Could I get this down? I don't think I can. Oh, I probably... Oh, wait a minute. I'd have to use a resource. So let's use this resource. And that resource is going to be a good token. And then we're going to play... yeah, really, that's not going to work for me. I'm going to play the mask. Actually, what I'm going to do is play the good token. No, I played the mask. Lots of decisions here. We're going to get another skull, and we're going to play the mask. I think that's our best move at the moment. Fill up our resources, see what happens. I have to admit, guys, there's a real zoo going around our house with 6 dogs and roommates and whatnot. So if you hear stuff in the background, that's basically what it is. Okay, we are down to the cleanup phase, the recovery phase, the destiny phase. We can pull another one. Oh, we have a lookout. We are in our preparation phase. 1, 2, 3... I think what we'll do is we're going to go after that lookout first. So there's the first skull. And if we get a skull or a diamond, we get a diamond, which is nice. So we've done 2 wounds. 1, 2. So I've checked the rules. There's nothing in the rules that says I can't do more than 1 combat, which is fine. So I'm going to peek at the top card here. So I am going to spend a good token to peek at the top card of this deck. Actually, I want to see if it's an item. Oh, it is an item. Excellent. Whew, so we're going to be good there. And what is going to be... Any resource to put it down? Perfect. We'll take this for a good token. We'll take this for a mask. The only downside to this is that now that we're into the fate, I'm actually going to have to take a wound, which is a flesh wound, which is nice. Now we're going to come around to the top. We can heal already. We are good. We're going to put another destiny. We do have to pick another card. Oh, it's a lookout. 1, 2, 3. We have our 2 campfires. So basically, we're going to use a mask to put our campfire down, which is an item. Oh, it's a discard. We can't tap. Oh, it says tap an item. So we're going to tap the item to get rid of the suspicious van. Then I'm going to use my skull, my 1 skull for now, and let's hope we get something interesting. Oh, we do get another diamond, which means we're going to do 2 damage to him, which means we have done the 3 cards, that we needed. And it says, if 3 more lead cards are returned in the game to the game box during the fate phase, immediately go to 2. Okay, so it's not quite the fate phase yet. There's no reason to attack him. We're going to take another good token. And I think we're going to take another mask. And that is the end. We're going to go into the fate phase. We are going to now trigger the next whatever it is that's going to happen to us. And it says go right to 2. So it said go right to 2, and it is the target. Having gathered sufficient evidence that the terrorists intend to plant a bomb in the government center, you inform President Luga about your findings, convinced that he dispatches his special forces units to aid you in thwarting Shatu's plans. Take down Shatu before he can trigger the explosion. Okay, that is the target card. We are now going to take the next 2 cards and put them in our pile. I guess we got to continue on with what we're doing here. Each legend gains skull mark target. So I'm going to get skull marks for resources. I only have 1 space. That's too bad. Set aside the remaining lead cards. These are the lead cards. Return all Destiny cards in play to the game box. Okay. And then it says, place Shot 21. Of course, we want him on the easy level. Shot 21. So we're going to play Shot 2 down on the easy level. We are going to take our terrorists that we've set aside up here. And I don't think they're face down. Skip to the cleanup phase. Replace the active mission with Mawitaan. So for each Destiny phase, instead of revealing a Destiny card, place 1 time token. If the card has 4 time tokens, Shot 2 blows up the government center and you immediately lose. If Shot 2 the Python has 1 or more wounds on it, immediately read 3. So, where is our Shot 2? We had him. Oh, there he is right there. And we'll just put that on top. So, we are going right to the recovery phase, which is good. Does it say that? I think it said go right to the recovery phase and skip the, replace the active mission with the turret, skip to the cleanup phase. Okay, so I can discard cards. So I'm going to get rid of the last of my card here. We're going to go to recovery phase, which I'm going to go and get rid of this flesh wound. We're going to go into the Destiny phase. We don't have any Destiny cards, but we do put a timer on here. I cannot attack Shot 2 the Python until I get rid of all these terrorists. I will pull 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And see what we can do here. You have a sprint. So I'm going to use my sprint to get rid of this card, to get rid of one of these, to pull another card. So we will now shuffle our deck. Okay, let's just see. It's going to be tough because we got to get rid of all these freaking tourists. That's why we need so many skulls, and I didn't have any skulls. That really blows. But we're not too bad anyway. We can do a few things here. Okay, so we are going to... We don't have an ongoing event, so we're just going to get rid of that card to get a mask. First thing we're going to do is we're going to use our skull. We are going to shoot one of these. We get a +1. And now hopefully a diamond or a skull. There is a skull, so we're going to do at least 2 damage to our first guy. 1. We are then going to use one of these to create a skull, which we'll use to fight. We will pull up our... We have 2, so we have 4 altogether, which is nice, because what we can do is now is kill him for 4, move 2 of these over to here, and then we're actually going to use this card, and we're going to discard our campfire to write this card, so we can spend this to make another skull and do another battle. We have a diamond, that's 2 more, which takes off our other tourist. Oh, we're going to set it aside, sorry. Then I'm going to spend 3 of these, because you can use 3 to make another skull. +1, we'll draw a card, and we have a diamond, which gives me 2 on this dude. 1, 2. Whoa, not a bad first turn. This guy is tapped. And then we're going to start with a good token for the next turn. Unfortunately, we still have 2 tourists, so we are going to flesh wound. Oh, whew, we are lucky. We are lucky we only have a flesh wound. Okay, we can deal with the flesh wound. We are down into our recovery phase, cleanup phase. We are going... Oh, and we get another wound too, because Shot 2 the Python is going to take out. This is a head injury, so I had to do this because it was missing out of the deck. Mikkel is sending me a new one. It just means I can't use my ally, which I've basically already used him, so I can't really recover him without getting rid of the runes first. So during the recovery phase, we're going to take our 2 cards over here because we can't untap that now, which is unfortunate. Then we're going to take our 3 cards. Oh, we're going to put another Destiny card on here, another timer on the... It's this one, isn't it? Yep, another timer on our mission card. So now we're going to draw 3 up, and we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to have to use him for the skull. We already earned the 2 turns, so it's not a big deal here, I don't think. So I'm going to spend my good token to actually use that here. And that says, choose one enemy on the Destiny row. No other enemy can attack this turn. So I'm choosing him. That means he cannot attack. So I usually just put the card here for now. Then I'm going to take this for the token, which is a mask. Then I'm going to take our skull, and we're going to trigger a fight here. We have another diamond. We have done our 2 damage. Our lookout is set aside. Our card comes back. It is our Destiny turn. He is going to hit us. And it's just the flesh wound. Thank goodness. We are going to do another Destiny. Tick, tick, tick. Yep, there's 3. There we are. Tick, tick, tick. Then we're going to draw 3. And we're back to our recovery phase. Flesh wound is okay, so I'm just going to turn that card. And we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. We have a Colt. So I'm going to take my Colt. I only have to do 1 damage to him, but I could do another damage if I want to. I'm going to take a mask. So, we are going to initiate a fight using our skull. Let's hope for something big, like a Colt. But we do get a diamond, so we're going to do 2 hits on our Python guy. So it says, if Shatu, the Python, has 1 or more hits on it, immediately read 3. So we'll put our card down. We are immediately going to read 3. And 3 says, the hunt. And it says, you managed to disarm the detonator in the nick of time. Your relief is short-lived, however. Shatu tackles you and runs for the exit. In your dismay, you look up to see him get away, screaming, come on, ghost, follow me and die. As you get up, you gesture to your companion to guard the knocked-out terrorists and quickly focus on taking up the hunt. Then a voice starts whispering in your mind that says, you've missed something. Exhaust one ally in play. Doom! Shuffle all the lead cards, set aside and place them one by one face down in the Destiny row. These are our lead cards from earlier on. 1, 2, 3. Replace the active mission with Terror in Mawitaan Part 3. Of course, we're going to take the easy way out, because that's just the kind of guy I am. And it says, Destiny card, place 1 time token on this card, or Destiny card, place 1 time token on this card. We can use a resource to flip down 1 lead card of your choice on the Destiny row. If this card has 4 time tokens on it, Shatu gets away immediately and read 4A. If this card has 3 time tokens during the Fate phase and the Destiny row has a card other than Shatu the Python, immediately read 4B. If Shatu Python is defeated, immediately read 4C. I think we're coming down to the end of the adventure. I am so sorry, everybody. I ran upstairs, tried to stop the projector from burning out the film, as you saw behind me, and I couldn't save it, and therefore I can't show you the end of the adventure of the Phantom. What you're going to need to do is you're going to have to back it on Kickstarter, because it's the only way you're going to get a copy of the Phantom and the expansion that's coming up. The projector is broken. I don't have the splicing material here for it. I wish I did, but I don't. So please, back this, create your own adventure, see it through to the end, and let me know how it goes. Right now, I'm going to try to splice this film together somehow and see what's going on with my projector. Hopefully for the next one, I'll be able to save it. But for this one, I'm sorry. I am sorry. The serialized pulp fiction that I've tried to give you, I just can't show it all to you. I feel bad. I don't know what to do. I'm going to fix the projector. I'm just so upset. I got to get out of here. So we are here at Final Thoughts, and let's talk about this game. I really like it. Now, I like these kinds of cards, games. This is a narrative-based game, similar to... it's not really similar to anything. It's similar to a few of the games that I own already, and it adds a few nice little mechanics and twists to make it enjoyable. I love pulp fiction, and it's a narrative story. There's branching stories, so you don't know what card you're always going to get. There's a little bit of luck based due to the... It's a little bit luck based due to the draw of cards. So I really, really like it. It's right up there with Agent Decker. And that is a kind of a niche game that I really enjoy, and I hope that maybe they'll expand that one too. I do hope there's more expansions behind this expansion. It is an enjoyable game. I really liked it. I would play this again and again and again, and take a little bit more into the aspect of making it a little tougher, maybe playing some of the achievements and the loot cards to try to get that deck building going. Component-wise, the base game is good. The cards are okay. I've sleeved them all because to me they had a little bit of a feeling to them that I didn't really like. But they're in sleeves. I sleeve most of my cards anyway, so the finish really doesn't matter to me. If I was going to say any one negative bit about this is the numbering on the bottom right, very, very tiny. I am north of 60. That is my age. And I found the font just a little bit too small. Not horribly. I mean, I was able to put this back together in a few minutes, but it is quite a job when I can barely see the numbers. Joys of old age, that's all. I don't know what the retail is on this. I don't think I saw this in my 401 game, so I really can't tell you what it's going to retail for. But the tokens are good. The fact that you have two legends to play is good, and you can play one or the other or both. And it's kind of got a neat mechanic, because I was wondering about how that would work because of the length of time it would take. And you can actually play somebody else's cards if they're down. So if Diana was playing, she could actually tap one of the Bandu Warriors, assuming that, I'm okay with that. And I don't know why the Phantom wouldn't let Diana do that. Other than that, I really liked it. I think this is really worth buying. And I think if you're a solo player, enjoy narrative games, enjoy something that plays in probably about 40 minutes. The first game I played was 40 minutes to the end. Replayability, because of the way you can shuffle the decks and play, I think there's a fair bit of replayability, though I think it might get a little bit... It might get a bit stale after a number of plays, but I think if we keep expanding this, build your decks, experiment, try the two different characters. There's enough permutations here to keep you busy for a number of play sessions. So my recommendation is buy the game, just so you can have the neat throne. Anyway, my name is Harry Jacobs. I am the North of 60 Gamer. I want to thank Everything Board Games for making this possible. I want to thank Miguel for sending me this game. He's got a hit. If you like what you see, hit the like button. Subscribe. If you want to be notified, please hit notifications. I am very easily and approachable. Put some comments down. I will answer you eventually. I do hang out in everything board games. Board Games for One, Board Game Revolution, Solo Board Games, Solo Board Gamers, the Board Game Group, and a few other groups. So stop by. If you see me post, PM me, say hi. If you see anything that I can do to help you understand games better, let me know, and I will be glad to cover a mechanic or pull a game from my collection that, if I have it, play it for you. So just make those suggestions. But that is it. That's it for now. I will see you on the next video. My name is Harry Jacobs.